made our various arguments and then abdicated full responsibility to Emma.
Yep. And it has been those couple of minutes that I was going to give, so I'm gonna make the decision for her. Why don't you guys present those arguments once again? Make your case for what you want to do. Who wants to start?
Nobody does.
I'm trying to remember what the hell my...
Nobody does. Ben, why don't you start?
Hugo don't have an opinion on the matter.
I know that's not true.
Don't anymore.
Hugo's got an opinion on everything.
He does, but this one I don't care.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if we're in orbit or not in orbit. Either way, he's staying on the ship, so it doesn't affect him. The only difference is if we're up here, then we can't. It's more easier to track them, but it's also less likely for us to. Well, it's equal chances, I suppose, because we can send a. How long would it take to send a shuttle down to planet if we were in orbit?
To send the shuttle down, you're looking at. You can position yourself so it only takes 20 minutes.
Okay. So yes, I mean, because if we were to stay in orbit above them and wait for them to leave the vicinity of the ship, we could then send a shuttle down to their ship and try and get on board and disable it.
Are they more vulnerable to anything coming up out of atmosphere? Do we gain advantage by staying in orbit?
Yes, it means when they're coming up, we can just fucking wail on them pretty much.
Right. Well, I mean, because would they still be able to shoot back from within atmosphere, or do we have an advantage of shooting down at them?
There's not anything in the rules in particular, I don't think, for that, but...
No, the rules try to avoid allowing ships in orbit to bombard a planet with any kind of weapons. That's why I made Cap go hover over the city in order to shoot that thing.
Yeah. It's a lot easier for us to chase down a ship that if it's on the planet and we're in orbit, because it's like, okay, it's coming up, we can chase it now.
Right. I'd imagine they're slower in atmosphere at the very least. So
yeah, until they get into the no gravity, well, no atmosphere.
Yeah, I will say that the barrier between orbit and atmosphere is a fairly hard barrier for weapons to penetrate.
Well, it makes sense if most everything they've got is energy-based weapons.
Yeah, it scatters everything. It lets things like torpedoes through, but that's where so many advanced civilizations have the scrubbers and the things that make all that ineffective. However, Colleen has discerned no major energy-using locations or communities. This planet may not have anything like that.
Well, we immediately regard that as highly fucking suspicious.
Yeah. So then, if it's a dumb missile, e.g., no tracking, no locking, none of that, then it just flies until it's intercepted by something.
Right, and I guess he just is discounting the classic, just plain old mass drivers. Planetary bombardment.
No, he actually has those in the book. I think there is some assumption that those TL4 planetary defenses are just able to do something about that.
Okay.
Well, that and usually his TL4 planets have a fleet in orbit.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to maintain the distinction of outside atmosphere makes weapons fire highly ineffective on ground targets.
Yeah, makes sense.
It also gives those atmospheric configuration ships a massive advantage.
What the hell was it? Was there something I was reading where some group snuck into the asteroid field of a particular planetary system and spent like a year attaching really basic guidance rockets to as many asteroids as they could get their hands on of all shapes and sizes, and then set them up in a conga line towards the planet, and it functionally set up 20 years worth of orbital bombardment at varying intervals.
Do you guys want to do that?
No.
Okay.
But it was just like, they at some point they ran out of resources to keep shooting them out of the sky, and eventually it just started wiping cities off the planet.
Well, let's look to the expanse.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, let's look
need a
back
big enough
to
rock.
the game here. I have to say, guys, I was in a game last night, and there were no tangents. It was making me feel a little bit... it made me feel a little bit impotent as a GM.
It's not that we're pushing against you as a GM. Right?
Oh, I know that. It's more that I can't control you guys. I can't control your tangents.
That can't possibly be right. What kind of game was that?
I thought it was weird too, Mel. But there were minimal tangents. They lasted for one line. And I tried to push that at one point. So let's get back to that. Minimal tangents.
I would state that I disagree with that as a positive or a negative, and just state it as a thing. But
it's a positive for me. I'd like to play the game.
We highly disregard the fact that we're not detecting anything as being reliable. At least Dude definitely does,
mm-hmm.
And I think Colleen agrees. So the hope is that because that ship went down onto the planet and somebody was like, "You idiot, don't talk on an open channel," means that there's probably people monitoring, but they're not paying any attention to somebody landing, so we wouldn't have to worry about planetary defenses. Because if that ship went through without a "Hey, you're totally cool, come on in," to a certain extent, our shuttle isn't armed.
I mean, an easy way to test it out would be to send the cargo lighter down, see if it gets blown up.
Yeah.
If the cargo lighter doesn't get blown up, then you know it's safe.
Yeah, and the cargo lighter was expensive.
Yes,
would you rather do it to the shuttle? The fragile shuttle?
If it came down to whether or not we want to get shot out of the sky, we'd bring the ship down.
Well, yes, but it was to test whether or not you want the ship getting shot at. If you don't want to get shot at, you could send a shuttle down to see if that triggers any defenses to emerge.
Yeah, that's kind of a one-off.
Exactly. It depends how much you want to risk. If you want to risk the ship getting shot, or if you want to risk the shuttle getting shot. An empty one at that.
In case you missed it, Emma just showed up.
I saw that.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, sorry I'm late.
That's fine. We were just about to make a decision without you. Or rather, I was going to make a decision for Cap in your absence.
Here.
Well, the thing is I don't think that the ship down there could actually do us any harm.
The ship couldn't. It do bare minimum. I'm more scared about if they've got weapons on planets. Those hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I feel myself confident to minimize the hits, but yeah. If we're coming down to planet, they can just shoot at us willy-nilly, and we can't really do out. If we're leaving, though, you can actually have a chance to get away.
Yeah, so the problem is that even if the planetary defenses don't have anything, if all we send down is either of our shuttles, just that ship down there could blow the shit out of it. So I don't think that does us much good, because that doesn't establish one thing one way or the other.
Emma,
We ain't got any kind of clue on how many people are in that ship, do we, Colleen?
Well, there should be like 2 or 3, but we don't know who else they have.
Well, we got to read on what's the standard crew complement of that ship. Like, how many people does it normally have?
3 at least.
Right. Do we know the maximum?
What
Like, how
was
many
it?
people could they realistically have on there?
What was the hull rating again?
Excuse me. It was a frigate.
And now that we've seen it in person, could
Yeah.
I categorize it a certain way?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the. I restarted my computer this morning, so.
95.
Without.
I presume it's a Corvette if it's combat based.
It wasn't a Corvette.
Heavy frigate?
Actually, I might have just left it right over here. A free merchant.
Oh, they weren't real cheap. Whoa.
Well, in that case, no more than 6.
Unless they have additional stuff on board to facilitate additional members, but I presume they're running the bare minimum.
Seems about par for the course for these guys.
Yeah. I mean, as well, if there's more people, there's more infighting, more stuff to share. Makes things a little bit difficult.
Well, yeah, I got to imagine most mercenary crews aren't as happy and familial as we are.
No. Especially when I think they err on pirate than mercenary.
Right.
I don't know that for certain, but based on what they did to you, that's where I'd make them leaning towards.
Right on. Well, Cap, you think you, me, Nemo, and shit, out of character. What the hell is her name? Tall one, kidnapped Colleen.
Eileen.
Eileen. That's why it was hard. It's sticking in my head.
I was gonna say, the qualifier for the last one is a long list at this point.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You, me, Nemo, and Eileen. Think we could take 6 pirates if we went down in a shuttle?
Well, since they're down there, how about we wait till they leave, go down next to them, and then we steal their ship? That will give us a nice position of saying, hey, we have your ship. How about you tell us everything we want to know?
You able to get good enough resolution on the sensors to tell when they're leaving the ship from up here?
No, you're not. That would be survey scanner level of detail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't think I got.
Might just give them a little bit.
Good. Well, yeah. The problem is that they might leave a couple of people on the ship and send a couple of people out. In which case, we could maybe take the ship, but then we still got people coming up from behind us, or.
Once we're on the ground, I can track them.
Well,
Gotta be on the ground for it.
I think that'd be up to Cap if we brought you along. I think you'd be more valuable on the ship. Because if they try to make a run for it while we're coming on down, need somebody to run ECM. Again, not to step on your toes, Cap.
You're not.
Also, presumably, we're still aiming to capture and subdue these people alive, preferably for
Yeah.
hostilities of the hostile life forms of the planet. Do it for us.
Well, I've got a bit of an insane idea here. What would happen if you were to send one of your little drones down, the one that you've got your nice little charges on, and fly it towards its engine? That way, if it ignites, the drone ignites, and then the engine gets disabled or at least damaged.
I think you're severely overestimating the breaching charge on those things.
Oh
Yeah, I
no,
think
That's
it's
all it
only
is. to open a door.
I think you're underestimating the range too. Those were Void Hawks we modified. I don't think they got that kind of range to get down into planetary atmosphere.
Well, no, I was more thinking of if you went down there, you'd be able to detonate it, use it as a threat, a backup plan of sorts. So that way, if you need to get out of there, you can delay the escape.
So I figured we'd actually get in. Unless they're that stupid they leave the door open.
Again, it's all ifs and buts.
Hmm. Well. Well.
I mean, it's one of them. That, unless we got into combat, I couldn't fully confirm, but typically, ships like that, they run mainly for cargo, and they don't have much armor like we do. Ours is thick, whereas they prefer to make space for actual cargo. So unless they've changed that around, then I think we'd be able to just decimate them. Even with a demo charge, it'd still make a nice little hole.
Yeah. See, the problem is, well, kid, you know more about the drones than I do. Void Hawks are made for outer space maneuvering. I don't think they can work in atmosphere unless we left that capability alone on them. They don't do double duty, do they?
Oh yeah, they do.
Yes.
Well, I mean, hell, those things got 100 kilometer range, 100 clicks.
It's worth noting that those listed as Void Hawks were actually improvised drones that I said okay or primitive drones that I said okay because I oopsed, they can fly in space no problem.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so they're still primitives.
Did you charge us for Void Hawks, or
I charged you for primitives? You didn't have the okay. You didn't have the resources or the time for Void Hawks.
Gotcha.
So yes, you'd have to activate it when you're down on planet.
They more or less hand-waved that since you guys were using them as potential weapons, that they would be kind of landmines, basically.
Yeah, they're flying limpet mines.
Yeah. You guys can take the time to upgrade those and make them proper drones, but until then they have the stats of a primitive drone that happens to be able to fly in space.
Gotcha. So 500 meters. Yeah. Wait, were you? I mean, anything above primitive drones TL4? Were we even able to build that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
as long as you have TL4 resources.
Yeah.
I have TL4 resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got.
Yep.
We have a lot of.
Siri is a TL4.
Resources. Is she?
Oh yeah.
What?
We spend a lot of money on it.
So is she not listed in the drone fleet? Because I'm looking at Alexa.
Alexa's the primitive one.
Mm-hmm.
Siri should be on there.
It is.
That's the...
It's codename Meowsfer, Matt.
Oh, I thought that was part of Alexa.
Nope.
The line spacing's confusing me.
Yeah, the TL will come into play if you're ever on a planet without access to your ship. That planet's tech level will determine things that you can build and buy.
Gotcha.
Unless you find a place that is aberrant for the norm, you find somebody's advanced workshop or someone's ship. That's where that really comes into play. Cap, what's the crew doing?
Sorry, I'm being mauled by cat.
We go down or we wait him out, Cap?
I would prefer that we go down.
Considering what we know of their intelligence level, I feel pretty confident we could probably take these sons of bitches.
Sure, we'll make sure.
I only caught a couple of words of that.
Yeah.
I said we just have to make sure that we are geared to the teeth.
Oh yeah.
They're mercenaries. That means most likely that they can fight.
Oh, yeah. But like I said, it seems like they're pretty stupid mercenaries.
Yeah, well. I'd rather
right,
not
that
take
Doesn't make them a bad shot.
Exactly.
So, when you were asking last session how quickly you could take the ship down, I gave you a vague answer. And just kind of math balling it in my head, I think with a really good pilot check, Hugo could get the ship down to the ground in, say, 5 minutes.
Jesus.
And that's actually what not down to the ground, but down to surface level and hovering above ground. Landing will take a couple extra minutes because landing is difficult, unless you crash.
And it's a lot easier.
But yeah, a 5 minute orbit to surface transition is a screaming entrance.
Well, yeah, it'd probably be very visible too.
Yeah.
Very visible.
In all fairness, the 5 minutes is pretty freaking long.
Yeah, 5 minutes is considerably longer than you'd get in a, from like the SpaceX rocket coming in, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I was just out of fun looking it up. 150 seconds for a shuttle to get out of Earth's atmosphere.
They do go like a bat out of hell. Well, for what it's worth, Cap, my 2 cents is we take a crew down in the shuttle and leave the main ship up here with people that can chase these sons of bitches if they manage to get off before we get down. But
We're better off landing the ship than the shuttle.
well, yeah, we don't know what's going on down there though.
Which is why we should take the ship instead of a shuttle.
All right, let me.
I would rather take the ship.
Okay.
And have Hugo kind of hover over them.
Definitely puts the fear of God in them.
Okay.
Well,
Second
also
point.
prevents them from leaving.
Are you going to take the ship down after you've given them some time to land and acquaint themselves with the locals? Or are you going to try and basically meet them as they're putting their landing gear down and risk that they'll see you in jet?
I want them to be on the ground.
Okay. So you give them a few minutes lead time. Well, 10-ish minutes lead time.
Unless there are objections.
Looking at the sensors, you at least able to get a beat on when they shut their engines down, kid?
I mean, once they're kind of down there, they're kind of down there, so...
Right, but I mean, Once they're down and the engines aren't hot anymore, that lets us know that they've at least touched down. Gives us at least an indicator.
Be able to tell, but it's like a button press to bring the engines back on.
Yeah, still got somebody's got to press that button. I mean, I get the point. It might only be a couple of seconds, but hey, it's still a couple of seconds.
Did the music just vanish for everyone else?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Mike is
There was music.
filling.
Yeah, I wanted to stop it and restart it just to make sure it wasn't out of sync on my 2 audio players, because Chrome won't let me mute just one. I've restarted it. If they fully power down, it takes more than a few seconds to start the ship back up. If they just kind of idle, then yeah, Colleen is absolutely right. And there's not much reason to fully power down a ship, because fuel is so cheap. Intrasystem fuel is so cheap, and virtually unlimited. The reasons to fully power down are if somebody tells you power your fucking ship down, or you're trying to hide from someone. Because even idling the engines is visible. It would be the most visible energy using community that you'll have seen on this planet. So what's the decision? Are you going to... You're giving them some lead time, I think you said?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Get them down on the ground, and then
You cut off right at the end there, Emma.
basically go down after them and hover above them to keep them grounded.
Then how do we get out?
Down to the ground.
I think you said take the shuttle down to the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Not to mention, if we hover above them, if they are stupid enough to take off, it's actually a good move because they could cause catastrophic damage to us.
Well, when they begin going up, we go up.
And kill themselves in the process.
I mean, if they go up, we go up. Simple.
In which case the people on the shuttle are left behind?
Basically, I'm thinking we get a position of air superiority on them. Literally, we hover above them and point the cannon at their ship.
Presumably the people on the ground in that case would be able to wait until we could come back and pick them up.
Yeah, I don't think we would have that time.
Well, I'm going to start putting a little bit of a limit on this. At this point, continuing to talk about it without actually enacting the plan is opening that window even more.
I figured they were still going down. That's why I was going to ask at some point. They haven't actually landed yet while we've been talking about it.
Well, at this point, you're at the time point now that you need to start acting on the Cap's plan, or the Cap's desired entry window is it's just going to give them more and more time on the ground. I'm giving you guys time pressure.
Cap looks at Hugo, says, give them the time I said, take her down. Get Eileen on the cannon.
Okay.
We can still be in a position of air superiority.
Alright. Hugo is not going to have any difficulty navigating this or timing this, and Eileen can be called up to man tactical station, or woman the tactical station. This is not your screaming 5-minute entry, this is just a more casual, normal, floating down onto the surface. You guys do have 10-ish minutes as you're descending.
Cap goes and gears up.
Oh yeah. Dude hits the weapons locker. Make sure he's got his combat shotgun.
All right.
Double checks his undersuit and all that stuff.
Anybody else gearing up?
Well, Colleen packs some tools and then is being met by 2 drones.
Hi, Mom!
Alright, and are you guys planning to take a shuttle, or are you doing anything with a shuttle once you get your air superiority, or is that a decision to be made?
I think that's a decision to be made, if
Yep.
they've left their ship or not.
Okay. You get down to the surface. You're about 30-40 meters above their ship. Your external cameras are easily capable of seeing what's going on down there. There is let's see. Well, probably the most striking thing as you are looking down at those cameras is the numerous pairs or quads or numbers of eyes that are looking up at you. There appear to be beasts of various species, kind of just circling around the ship. They occasionally snap and fight at each other, but then they retreat back into their own pack, the species packs, and kind of just hold a congress of the different Trinitishade vicious species, predatory species around this ship. You see that one of the airlock doors is open, and there's a man looking down at the beast and looking up at you guys.
I'm assuming he doesn't have the stairway down from the airlock out. He's not letting the thing in.
He does not.
He's just looking at it.
Oh, it's more than one thing. Yeah, it's several things.
Gotcha. I mean, from perfect timing for creepy wolf noises.
I don't know why, but like I seriously can't hear the sound.
Oh,
It's definitely there. I heard the creepy wolf noise too.
Your
I don't have
computer
it muted.
No, your computer might not be putting the Chrome the Roll20 sound through the headset, because Discord can separate out. I always have to turn the computer audio output to the headset to hear the music through the same. I mean, from a quick look at the cameras when that pops up, does the dude look worried, or is he just watching the things?
Make a notice check. Wisdom notice.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna excel at that.
Yeah,
Hey,
no, it's really weird.
I don't have a -1.
He looks unhappy. That's the reaction that's on his face right now. Is he is not happy with the situation below and above him.
All right. Considering what he's looking at and where he's standing, I get the impression that they haven't gotten off of the ship, because they landed and went, "All right, everybody out. Open the door." Fuck.
They've basically become treed in their ship.
What's the? We did not think this through.
Uh,
That does mean we're not getting into their ship either, unless we drop on top. It's the space version of hop on pop. And there's the Father's Day reference. There we go.
There we go. Happy Father's Day and all that.
We might be able to drive off the hostile wildlife with weapons fire.
Don't necessarily want to open fire yet.
Yeah. Also thinking they might not be. Well, you'd think they'd have thought of that. I wonder if that's like the last crew member left and everybody else got off the thing and then got eaten. God, that would be hilarious. Man, these guys are idiots.
Is Colleen looking at all the videos and feeds and all that, all the data?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not even going to make you roll for this. Colleen, it's very subtle. It's not subtle in the fact that somebody's trying to hide it, but it's just it was difficult for her to spot. But there is something else, just a couple meters back from the tree line, a very small energy signature of a very small vehicle. It looks like the kind of vehicle that Hugo would race.
Well, what wouldn't you go race?
Sorry, let me be more specific. The kind of vehicle that Hugo would race with his buddy riding bitch in a Valentine's Day
The one that's currently down in cargo.
Yeah.
That's still hot pink.
It looks like the kind of hover cycle signature. It's motorcycle sized, but very technologically advanced. Well, much more technologically advanced than a motorcycle. Hence, hover cycle.
Well, there's a vehicle down there. Not sure if that came from the ship or if it was there to meet them.
And is anybody else looking at those screens with Colleen as she kind of focuses the cameras in?
Cap will get up and look.
Okay.
Dude was definitely curious.
Anyone taking a look can roll a notice check. Once again, this is wisdom.
Not nearly as good.
Nope. Well, you're getting better. Is Hugo looking? Or Nemo?
Sure, why not?
I mean, you don't have to do anything to keep the ship steady at this point.
This is all everybody kibbutzing around the screen. It's slowly going up.
Nemo, can you raise that by 1?
Nah. Don't bother.
Okay. Colleen and Hugo both notice there's another set of eyes that is looking up at you guys. These eyes are spaced more like a human. They're in a human head. It is very difficult to see this person. They are hidden under the tree cover, but there's just enough. Well, there's movement from your engines. They are creating air disturbance, and that is probably what is allowing you to see them. So somebody is up in a tree looking up at you guys. You're between 30 and 40 meters up.
Well, in that case, let's just open an airlock up here, and I'll have the drone take a look.
Okay. As long as nobody objects to Colleen walking out, and well, no, you can control. You don't need to walk out.
In fact, she's not doing anything. She's not even moving a muscle.
She had enough time to get over the headache.
Yeah. Does she tell anybody that she's doing this, or does she risk the airlock door opening alert people?
Well, that's why she said, why don't they send the drone to take a look?
Oh, that was in character. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yep.
That seems like a good idea.
Safer than sending one of us. Still got guns on it.
Okay. You pop the airlock door open. And drone flies out. Is this the one with the observation suite?
Yep. It is Alexa.
Okay.
Doesn't even have to fly out that much. Basically just enough to get a beat on that position and then full zoom.
Well, you'll want to get it closer if you want a better picture. You're correct. You could get a better zoom with that drone because of the sensor observation suite on it.
2 kilometers.
Yes, but that'll still be zooming in with leaves and foliage obscuring something that was trying to use those leaves and foliage to completely obscure itself.
That's okay. I'd rather be in a safe space and then run through the entire spectrum. IR, UV.
Alright, well.
And again, I'll also cover the vehicle to basically get a view from there. And in fact, Colleen assumes direct control.
No, I was thinking more of that scene from Predator 2 when it starts cycling through the IR, UV, radio.
The drone can't actually pierce a starship hull with its sensors. The ship gives a reference of sensors can pierce about a meter through, but can't give any indication of internal mapping or people on board.
Well, I'm not looking at the starship. I'm looking at the person in the tree and the little vehicle.
Yes, that's easy. Cycling through the drone's sensors, you can confirm that it is a hover cycle, and also that the person is a human-sized shape and form. Going further through those sensors, there are also electronic and mechanical components about that person. And it doesn't just look like they're carried equipment. They're in places where there should be flesh.
Ah, the locals. Well, it saves me the trouble of finding out if that thing came from the ship or went to the ship. Can I detect any sign of weapons?
Yeah, you would be able to. You can. It's made more difficult by how primitive those weapons are, all things considered. But it looks like this person has basic ballistic firearms. The metal
Also,
in them is colder than the person.
Well, the locals are here. The locals are armed.
One other thing that Colleen notices in flipping through things is it actually looks like she could track where this hover cycle came from. There's a fairly destructive path through the undergrowth. It looks like this local screamed through the planet.
Well, then she would definitely try to trace it back. See what hidden little place he came from.
It's pretty far away. And through the thick undergrowth, you'll have to take the drone closer. Your drone can't do the full 2 kilometers through undergrowth for this particular trailing feat. But you could. You're certain that you would be able to trail it all the way back.
Yeah. Would it work if she just basically got it below the canopy?
She doesn't think so. There have been too many thick obstacles and trees, basically trees, that the native had to avoid, so it's not a straight line. Your drone does have a 100-kilometer range. It's not a question of the drone not being able to go far. Sleeper?
This
Oh,
Alexa.
that's right. This is still a primitive. Yep, never mind. 500 meters is still pretty good, though.
Well, she would actually let the captain know. I could try to trace them back, but I would have to switch drones for that. So, the locals are here, the locals are armed.
Can you tell what tech level their weapons are?
Well, they're shooting things. Like, you have guns that shoot things. They have firearms. You should be more worried about the operator.
For Colleen's reference,
Operator.
they're effectively tech level 2 or 3. It's hard to tell which. You're receiving a hail from the ship below.
Answer it.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay. Where are we? Okay. On screen is a capable-looking man, doesn't match any of the men that in the pictures that Zoe showed Colleen. Huh, interesting. I put more information into the cards, what are they called? The journal cards that I had in my notes. So I have to actually just use Roll20 here. Okay. A capable-looking man, buzz-cut blonde hair, strong jawline, forehead scar to look cool. He is clearly armed and armored.
Cap.
He got that scar from facepalming so much.
Oh god, Cap's gonna end up with one.
No, Cap heals.
Oh, that's true.
And he says, what are you guys right now? Tempest, Fugit, Tabula.
Yeah, the tabula. Yeah, Tempest Fugit would be when we get our time travel set up.
Yeah. Tabula, are you enjoying the view?
Quite interesting, yes.
You mind giving us a hand?
It depends.
On what?
How cooperative you are with us.
I have no reason not to cooperate. Are you the captain?
I am.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Luke.
How long have you been captain to Starbase?
We took it a couple months ago. Is there a problem with the starbase?
With some of its crew, yes.
I can't imagine any of my crew getting into trouble. Do you know who you're looking for?
What are their names? Out of character, what are their names?
You know of 3 people that were on Starbase. Joey Hank, Taryn Hickstrom, and David Shipman. And the last one of those is already dead, according to pictures that Zoe showed Colleen.
Alright, so Cap will name the first 2.
I'll type them out in Roll20 for you.
Thank you.
He shakes his head. I can't say I've heard those names.
Do I know that that's a lie?
Well,
Do we know that they're on that ship?
you've gotten information that they're on that ship, and you've been told that they're on that ship. But as far as knowing, do you trust the information you've been given?
I didn't. My keyword for Joey Hank hasn't picked up anything at any point, has it?
It did when you were on Holau.
Remind me, which transmission did that pick up?
No. It, and I hope I'm not misremembering here, but it was a transmission between someone on planet and the starbase, or it was somebody talking about Joey Hank in relationship to the starbase. I'm sorry I did not do the full recap, and so I don't have a clearer memory of everything that happened last week. And that actually might have been the week before that, the session before that.
Yeah, the problem is that it's kind of important for whether or not it's proof of anything.
Yeah, I'll pull up my timeline. No, session log.
That, and unless they found the ship empty and then went through the trouble of actually cracking the ship's systems to get the ship, they would have had someone to hand it over to them if it's under new ownership. Someone with the right codes.
Give me a second.
Sure thing.
Yep, I did not make note of that. I'm sorry, Mel.
Captain,
But
previously in this.
let's go with the assumption that it does confirm that Joey Hank was talked about as being on the ship. It's still not a 100% definitive, but it's just more added to it.
Captain, previously intercepted transmission involving the name Joey Hank and the starbase. While it doesn't prove his presence there now, it does certainly indicate that he was involved with this starship more recently than a couple of weeks ago.
Is he saying that out loud or subvocal?
Subvocally.
Okay.
I hate to call a fellow captain out for being less than honest. However, we have information that says that Joey Hank was on your ship recently.
If he is captain, then he is going under a different name.
No, she was calling the.
Oh, sorry.
She's treating the competent-looking guy, like he's the captain.
Mm-hmm. No, is that something that she said openly, or were you just thinking that?
No, she says that to him.
Okay. Yeah. And he returned. He doesn't know her name, so he just says, "If that's so, Captain, then he's going under a different name, and I'm unaware of it."
Can Colleen put the pictures up on a screen, basically? Picture in picture, like in the corners? But time.
Yeah, she
We
should be
can
able to
take a
do
look.
that.
Well, that's what you do. That's what they look like.
Okay. He looks over at the pictures on the screen. Looks back at Cap. None of those look familiar.
Insight?
Go ahead and roll it.
There's no insight. Damn it.
Notice.
Yeah, notice. There's a little message that pops up on Cap's terminal that shows from Dude that just says, "He's full of shit."
There's another message that says, I think they dressed up the cook.
Go ahead and roll with notice.
Does hypercurity work across transmission as well?
Yeah.
Since there's an image.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can still see him clearly enough.
Okay, I'll. And that's with notice.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I am.
Cap has a harder time reading people, without being able to see all of their body language. That's my excuse.
I'm going to try to use the new core persona thing for the first time and switch to my additional persona for additional will bonuses and whiz bonuses, and then use hyperacuity.
Okay.
Notice. It's 2. There you go.
Nemo does pick out that he seems a little bit forced and thinking quickly on the spot. There's a tinge of nervousness there, but he's clearly very good under pressure. He's probably not just the cook, although he could be a cook at a very, very high pressure restaurant.
And he will sub-vocally relate to Cap. Captain, from my observation of the man, I believe he is improvising and being put on the spot. And while good at it, there are telltale signs of him not being truthful.
God, how to handle this?
Colleen sends another message. Liar, liar, ship on fire? Question mark?
Cap
I
relay
feel that it's a likely
a
possibility that he
message.
is lying.
Cap will type out a quick message to Eileen to power up the cannon.
Nick, someday you're going to make a character that's not a pyromaniac, and I'm going to fall out of my chair in shock.
We've already met the character that's not the pyromaniac.
It's just not Colleen.
Colleen also doesn't set things on fire.
Colleen tried to set a
Things get in
planet
the
on
way.
fire.
Tried to.
The
It
planet
didn't work
was
out.
already on fire.
Granted, most of that planet was already on fire.
Yeah, before she got there.
She did try to set fire to the parts of it that wasn't on fire.
An unsuccessful pyromaniac is still a pyromaniac.
No, because she hasn't tried to set things on fire since then. A pyromaniac would constantly do that.
The cannon powering up gets Luke's notice.
It fucking better.
He again exhibiting that he's been in a pressure situation before. Looks back at the screen. Is this a warning, or are you simply ending me?
This is the one.
What are you looking for this man for?
To extract an old debt. He took some things that belonged to us.
Maybe we can work something out. What did he take?
He and his cronies stripped my ship.
So
of
you
some
are
very,
the Raza.
very, yes. And I am Shalid. This is the first time the crew has ever heard her admit that. Except for Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna roll wisdom notice again for his response to that revelation.
You don't need to. It's
Okay.
he's just taking it in stride. He's standing there looking at Porcelain, clearly considering his options.
I would prefer that you cooperate. We want to talk to him, find out who hired, or if he simply found us and was opportunistic.
Meanwhile, on external cameras, the man looking out the airlock doesn't look too happy.
Just out of curiosity, the man that's looking not too happy, he's not one of the two we're looking for.
He's not.
This is not the man you're looking for.
He closes the airlock door, and then, of course, that's the last you see of him. Luke, Nemo, he is clearly changing tactic, says to the screen, "We're at an impasse. There are guns trained on me, and I die either way."
How so?
Porcelain, I mean that there is a gun aimed at me within the ship.
Yeah, that was what I got from that.
After he says that, you hear another man call him a traitorous bastard, and gunfire erupts.
Well, shit.
Would you like me to breach the airlock?
So they did put the cook on the camera.
Poor guy. Oh, this
Yeah.
just pisses Cap off super duper royally. Can we make it? Can we target their engines so they can't leave? Destroying the entire ship.
Technically, yes, by rules you can try to target engines. You're in atmosphere, and so it's well, I mean, I can't say
When they landed, they can't dodge.
no. It's
AC-10.
what's that, Ben?
It's AC-10 because they landed.
No, that's to hit the well. No, hitting the ship is an automatic with small arms fire. Yeah, you can shoot out their engine. The hesitation I'm having is you can't shoot out their engine and with any certainty that there will be no additional damage. You're firing into at a ship that is in atmosphere with a weapon that has penetrating capability. You don't think you'll have too much trouble taking out the engine? And technically it'll take 2 shots, but given the circumstances, I think 1 would be fine. So, yeah,
We could end up exploding the ship entirely.
Does that apply to us as well then?
No, you guys are fine.
No. I think given the position that we're in and the weapon itself, it wouldn't be as much of an issue.
Eileen has the weapon trained on engines.
Is the man dead?
Oh, there's a ongoing conflict. This is the whatever fired at him hit armor or hit something that is allowing him to fight back. This is a few seconds into a bridge gunfight, and he has since left the camera so that he's not just standing that out in the open. He's taking
Captain,
cover somewhere.
if we blow the engines, we can't take the ship with us.
If we destroy anything else, we can't take the ship with us either, can we? If you've got a better
No.
idea of what to target, Colleen, I'm all ears.
We're not
At this
targeting
po-
anything. They are distracted. We blow the airlock, get in, and take the ship.
Kid, how do we get to the airlock without attracting the beasties down there? Only we got a ladder hang out of the ship.
Very careful landing by Hugo.
You go, man. You think you can land on that ship? Are we a lot bigger than them?
You can't land on the ship.
Work.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit too top heavy.
Yeah, I gotta
By
figure
all
that
means, can land
probably.
a small one, but not the big one.
No, just put us next to them. If we land on the beasties,
Well, that's not fair. Not their fault.
they will try to eat us.
Oh,
They
so-
will
I think
they will
for-
likely move if we land.
makes sense too. They're probably smarter than us to get out of the way. Hey, just because they're trying to eat us doesn't mean it's okay to kill them, because that's their natural prerogative. I'm just saying.
As you guys
I
continue to
guess Pablo is
discuss,
killing the things that try to eat
No.
you.
the battle continues.
Blow their airlock.
And dude gets out of his chair and heads towards the airlock, holding his combat shotgun at ready. Want me to meet Eileen down there?
I want her to stay and keep the cannon ready
All right.
in
Well,
case
you want
we
to come,
have
Cap?
to.
Because you a better shot than I am.
Yep.
All right. Dude hustles.
What are you doing? Are you taking the shuttle or are you taking the Raza down? I will note that the Raza is much larger, and even landing right next to it, you would have to basically have to take a rope or a ladder down.
If we jump into a shuttle, we can't just link up with their airlock, right?
Not without their permission. You're gonna need one of those breaching drones that have been sitting there waiting for use.
Right.
Well, that was the other drone that was waiting.
Mhm.
Well, you go. You land it close enough that we can jump off of our ship onto the top of theirs. Think you can make it?
Let's give it a go.
I love
Colleen?
it.
Let's give it a go. Yeah.
All right.
Colleen, you think you can blow a hole in the top of the ship? You got anything on the screens on that'll tell you where to blow a hole that'll let us in? We jump down, jump in.
Let's
Seen
see.
many of those wacky things from the stuff I recovered.
So your options for getting into the ship. Let's see. What? Hang on. Let me look up why it thinks it has that. Sorry, one moment.
Un momento, por favor.
What the? Seriously? Okay, yeah, no, that is correct. Okay. Your explosives were built by Dude, right? Using Dude's special?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that means those explosives are 3d10 instead of 2d10. Wait, no, it's...
The
No,
normally
you
damage
doubled
types
them
are
up.
3D10.
You doubled them up, which is why I gave you 3d10.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, demos are normally 3d10.
Demos are normally 3d10.
Yep. That's what demo charges normally are.
Okay.
Three d10 save for half. If used on a ship, you half the damage rolled, and then you minus off armor off the damage.
Right.
So it's 3d10 divided by 2 minus armor value, and then the rest goes to the HP. And so demo charges can actually get into freighters such as this.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good if you're trying to steal cargo.
Yeah. However, in thinking back to it, I think you actually just made them normally. I don't think you made them with your special, Matt.
I'm trying to even find where the hell the special is in the notes anymore.
It's under characters, gifts.
Oh.
Here.
That would never have occurred to me. I found it.
Okay.
In all fairness, under the player notes, we do have it with assemble demo charge still left XL. So, pretty sure he used whatever it was he's doing because he was whipping up the charger specifically.
Well, and all the explosive snack does is just lets me re-roll any die that rolls less than my fix skill if I'm throwing grenades. The rest of it is just I can build grenades. I mean, I can build explosives stuff.
Not when you're throwing grenades, Matt. It's when damage is rolled for any grenade or demo charge you built.
Right, yeah.
The attacker can re-roll any die.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we did anything to it that made it any better damage. It was just we made sure it was a demolition shaped charge. We wanted the damage to be a breaching rather than a damaging charge.
Well, let's go with that. That was like 50 sessions ago.
Mm-hmm.
In fairness, it also wasn't designed to go against hull, but against basically doors. As in airlocks.
Yeah.
We had a vague idea for what the hell those were going to get used for, and it just never came up. So.
No, they were built as we described earlier as potential defense mechanisms if any ship came at you.
Yeah, because we didn't have any guns, and I wanted to build something that I could dump out the airlock that might blow a hole in a ship.
And I was all kinds of new to the system, so I didn't realize that, hey, those drones can only go 500 meters. Oh, starships are typically 10,000 kilometers. So they kind of just got hand-waved to be, okay, well, they can do this. Just so that I can get them out of your ship's inventory and we don't have to worry about them anymore, how about I say, if you use both of them, you can bust a hole into a weak point in the ship, whether that's going through the airlock, both doors, or dropping down into from the outside. This is a special ruling. It is not setting precedent. You can't do this every time.
This is a limited time. This is a limited time offer. Act now. Operators are standing by.
That is exactly it.
Except those limited time offers, operators standing by, are always bullshit.
Well, we'll see about that when you guys roll stuff.
I think we should.
Well, Dude's heading to the airlock, and I feel like Dude's gonna we need to figure, we got to find out whether Hugo can land the ship close enough for us to jump off it anyway before anything else gets decided. So
Yeah.
If he can't get us close enough, then we got to come up with something else.
Well, Cap and Dude are heading towards the airlock. Colleen is preparing, or not preparing, but basically just kind of hovering the explosive charge at the ready. Is she recalling the observation, or Alexa, so that she can man both of the demo drones?
She actually doesn't have to.
I thought she could only man one per point of program skill.
+1.
Oh, plus
also,
one.
she doesn't need to man it. That's the other nice thing. Even if she doesn't man it, a drone is not considered out of control.
She doesn't need
So
to
that's
control
why
it,
Alexa-
but she still needs to have it linked to her. She couldn't just set up like 20 drones using the link and then hover them as she played chess with them or something. Unless
No.
I've misread that.
You couldn't do that either, because you just don't have the actions for it.
No, but I mean one at a time, obviously.
Technically
Once
2 at a time.
once she withdraws her link from one of the drones so that she can control a different drone, then it's considered unmanned. And it'll crash. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But yes, it's one drone at a time plus the user's program skill, so 3.
Okay. So then, that conversation was for future reference. Well then, she's got Alexa and 2 explosive drones, and Hugo is trying to land the ship on uneven jungle ground, crushing trees with the weight of the ship.
Well, in all fairness, she is recalling Alexa. So
Okay.
there will be need for another drone. So
Okay.
Alexa gets pulled back in and gets to land, and then the 2 big brothers coming out to play.
Let's go ahead and get that pilot roll from Hugo first. This is the start of a new scene, just in case anybody has used their specials.
I'm happy with that one.
Okay. Hugo's able to pick a spot where the trees aren't going to be standing straight up and resisting with the full strength of their structure. And instead, he's able to kind of nudge and wiggle and topple them. The landing is uneven, and there's one of those landing pads is in a tree. The tree's structure may give way unexpectedly, causing the ship to resettle, roughly. But by the time Dude and Cap are at the airlock, the ship is down. Colleen's Alexa drone has returned to the ship, and she can bring up the other drone. It'll be a round or 2 behind Cap and Dude. How are you guys going in? Are you going in through the top, or are you going to try and go in through an airlock?
I think going in the airlock is probably, well,
Can we get to the airlock from where we're at?
If you can climb a rope, yes.
you know what? Let's go in through the top.
Okay. You'll still have to climb down.
Did you want Nemo to accompany you for that as well?
Yes.
Definitely do that then.
Okay. It's an easy climb. You're not gonna need to make any checks for it. There's a combination of your starship has various things to hold on to, and you can also have a rope hanging down.
Captain, may I suggest I go down first in case there are hostiles waiting in ambush?
For us.
Sorry, you cut out completely. I didn't get a word of that.
I said I can almost guarantee that there are going to be hostiles waiting for us.
I said I would suggest that I go down first.
In the cockpit there with Hugo and Eileen still, a voice comes back up on the communication. The gunfire has stopped, and it sounds like Luke's voice again. Says, "They got me. I think they got Juno. I'm barricaded in. They're preparing for you."
Can you open the airlock?
Yeah, let me try and get there.
If it makes it feel any better, we have a great med bay.
Yeah, that's nice. You hear a kerclunk, and it's not the airlock.
Anybody?
There is no response. Cap, Nemo, and Dude are on top of the ship.
Nemo will go in first unless someone stops him.
Okay. Has Colleen already blown a hole in the ship?
No, because you said the drones were one round behind them.
Oh, well, yeah. The drones are there.
And yes, he would blow the hole.
Okay. You've got a hole looking down into a cargo bay. We're not going to do a map of this because I don't have a map prepared.
You didn't expect us to board the ship?
The ship?
That was the portion of literally any of the plans we had in any sort of fashion. That we would enter that ship somehow.
I may have gotten
guaranteed.
distracted with making borders
Clearly more important.
and playing games.
Of course, you do realize the irony of you making borders for pogs that we now can't use because we don't have a map to put them.
That's fine. We're gonna theater of the mind this one.
Yes, just pointing out that we need a map for the, we need a map to put pogs on, and we need to put pogs on for the borders to mean anything.
I guess at least my mind map can use the new borders.
Yes, please do. It's a very nice border, so you go ahead and use it. Alright, however, I am going to switch you over to this page.
How far down is the drop from the hole and into the...
Let's see if that worked. Yep. Alright. Been a while since you've seen this page, huh?
Guess so.
Yes, it has.
Hey guys, how about we send the drone first?
Let's roll initiative. Because it sounds like... I mean, unless you guys agree on who goes first. And to answer your question, Mel, the drop is barely 4 meters. It's like...
So long... that's still a break your leg or your neck if you're unlucky. Jump.
4 meters?
4 meters? 4 times 3?
Oh, that's enough.
If you're bad at life.
4 meters.
Yes.
Onto middle
12
plating.
feet.
Yeah, but
A
it's
12-foot drop.
you're not
Yes.
you're not falling haphazardly. You're controlled dropping. I've jumped off of the roof of buildings back when I was a kid. So
I was gonna say,
maybe my experiences are skewing my perception of this, but to me that's not a big deal.
and the
Most
building-
buildings
most
are
buil-
almost
most-
always 10 feet tall.
Yes, most building roofs aren't that tall.
Okay, fair enough. A little bit higher. But you can control the drop and the fall. How about this?
I mean,
Anyone
sure,
who
if you-
has at least exert 0 does not have to worry about the fall.
Can we, go to the edge, hang off, and then drop from a hanging position?
You can.
Because that'll just be a 6-foot fall for most of
Yes.
us.
You certainly can. And if you do that, anyone that does that and has exert -1 does not have to worry about it.
That does make it more manageable. Aren't you saying that if you're falling 12 feet onto a metal floor, then you are going to break your legs.
Not if you do it right. If you're falling, yes. If you're dropping or jumping down,
That's why I said falling. If you're falling 12 feet and land on a metal floor, then you'll be hurt.
okay, yes, uncontrolled, sure, absolutely.
You've also got 2 characters you might want to pull off of the screen there.
Yes.
Yep, I know,
There's that too.
and I will eventually. Not going to worry about it right now. Why aren't any of these showing up in the initiative tracker?
Because none of us have been selecting our POG.
I have.
I have too.
It also
I
might just be because I didn't have the initiative tracker open. Are those the roles that you guys have done?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. 2, 8, 4.
Cap rolled a 2 and Dude had a 4, so. But
Do you want me to roll it again?
They clearly didn't select their characters.
And- I rolled an 8, one a d8.
Alright, let me trash the extra Colleen. Cap had the... I had an extra Nemo there too, okay. Nemo had the 5, not the 8. Dude had the...
4.
Dude had a 4. Emma, go ahead and select your POG and just roll again, and we'll use your first one, unfortunately. There we go.
I think you should use that one.
Matt, you didn't need to do that.
Oh.
Yours was already on there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That's the one that says 0x579.
There is no 0x579 on the turn order on my screen.
Oh, interesting.
Nope, I only see Colleen, Nemo, and Cap.
That's all I see as well.
Okay, so that was the leftover. Okay, Matt, roll again. 3rd time's a charm.
But I don't get to keep the 6.
You do not. Okay, and here is actually one point where I really prefer VD. I actually liked VD in a lot of ways, but one of them is the simple fact that I would just have a bunch of macros that I could click. I suppose I could set that up here. So I don't really
make macros as POG actions, but yeah, it's.
Well, I don't even, without even needing pogs, I could do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a different system, a different time, in another world.
All right, let's.
We're small
Space
furry
wolves.
creatures from Alpha Centauri. We're still small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri.
Yep.
And of course, because there is no pug attached, that was not added. That's fine.
Who the hell is Karina?
Somebody that's gonna shoot at you.
Ah.
That's okay. We're gonna shoot at her.
If someone shoots at you, you just shoot them right back.
No valid token was selected. God damn it. Alright, time for the way we used to do things. I'm writing them down.
Going retro.
Oops. Alright. I guess I kind of missed my old Excel initiative tracker.
Joey. Hey!
Damn, that was days.
4 bits of paper hanging off the edge of a DM screen.
Alright, well, with all my ill preparation out of the way, it looks like it is Colleen's turn to go first. So if you guys haven't actually decided who is going, then the turn order will dictate that.
Outside of Nemo dropping in first, or we now dropped in?
Did you decide that Nemo is dropping in first?
He asked to. Dude wasn't going to disagree with him.
Okay. And is Colleen rushing to get the drone in before him?
She suggested it. Nobody took her up on it, so she's making her way to the airlock. That and the other drone was not out there, but it's flying ahead of her now.
Okay.
That's the one she always carries around. So
Okay.
Siri is on the way.
Okay.
So 30 meters, whatever direction.
30 meters towards him. Gotcha. Nemo, you can see down the breach. Is there music going on right now? There should be music going on right now.
There is not.
There's
There's sound effects.
sound,
There's no
but
music.
no-
Oh, there are sound effects. Right.
There are creepy wolf howls.
I'll take your word for it. Now I have
now
music.
there's combat music.
Excellent. Looking down the breach hole, all you can see is that you're going to be hopping down into a cargo bay area. You can imagine that there is going to be bits of cargo providing cover to whoever is waiting for you in there.
But it would also do the same for us, right?
Once you can get to it, the space you're looking down at is an open space.
Nemo will carefully lower himself down
Okay.
because he has exert -1.
Okay. Okay. He is going to take 2 shots as he's doing that. And
Okay.
this is definitely out of sync. God damn it, Chrome.
I'm not sure it's, well, I can't say it's not Roll20 because I was having lag in my game on Saturday with Chrome, with Roll20 not responding immediately to stuff. But I'm using Chrome as well, so I don't know that it's...
Yeah.
I hadn't tried Firefox or anything.
Is your armor class higher than 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Pew pew.
Let me get myself resituated on snap attack. Does that change their initiative? It does not. Okay. It simply sacrifices that main action. Coop will be able to take his normal turn minus a main action once his turn comes up. And one more of those. How about 15?
1 off. Armor class 16.
Okay. That -4 for snap attack saves Nemo. Why are these sorted? Do I need to have them sorted? Sort options. Descending. Excellent. Okay. Colleen has gone. Nemo. Dropping down has taken your move action. You still have a main action, and of course instant and various actions. What he sees as he's looking around, he can clearly see the 2 people that have already tried shooting at him. And they've taken positions along one side of their cargo hold, behind various boxes and crates, away from or aimed at the airlock. None of them are close enough that getting into melee with one will also be in melee with the other one. So you'll be picking your targets.
Right. But they are close enough that I could get into, that I could reach one of them with a move.
Yes.
Okay, but of course I already used my move back.
Okay. You've got none. the 2 that have shot you. One is looks like he's already panicking, and one is clearly frightened, but is keeping calm. Has her back completely to the crate that she shot from around. She is completely behind cover. The 2 that are... I'm sorry?
I was just going to say that since I can't, since I already used my move action, I'll just use my main action to take cover and prepare for charging the next round.
Okay. Okay, you can take cover and prepare for charging them next round.
Yep. With more than the 2, I can see down here.
Yeah. You can also see a man with a plain gray jumper, a little bit of a beefier man. And a dude in a leather vest, short black hair.
A dude or the dude?
A dude.
A dude. Not our dude.
Not your dude. He has not been cloned and aimed against you.
Oh, well, could be.
That would be a pretty cool
know.
universe.
Sorry, my universe is not that cool.
Or maybe our dude is the clone. Ooh.
That, and we don't know what kind of faces Nemo is growing in the map.
That is true.
Nemo will also, I'll take cover and then subvocally relate the number and positions of the opponents up to and cap.
Okay. Dude, you have a better idea of what's awaiting you down there.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's you said as long as I'm above exert -1, I can basically jump down, no issue.
Yeah, hop down.
Okay. That's still going to take my whole movement, though?
I will let you move 2 meters at the end of that in any direction.
All right. Glancing down into the hole, do I see any cover within 2 meters?
No.
Okay. Do I see any cover within? Do I see any cover? Period. From just looking down from my angle, real quick.
No, you don't.
Okay, so I got no idea what direction I'm going to have to run towards. All right. Refresh me real quick. Did Nemo see any of them in cover, or are they all in cover, basically?
They're all in cover.
Okay. Well, that's going to make life more difficult. All right. Well, dude,
And there goes the music.
look,
It was off sync.
Ah.
It's still off sync.
At least it's not in sync.
That would be
what, are you trying
better.
to play 2 tracks at the same time, or?
No, it's coming from 2 different browsers. Well, 2
Oh,
different
gotcha.
Chrome screens, and they're not playing it at the same time.
Well, dude looks over at Cap real quick. All right, I'm going in. Cover my ass when you get in, and jumps down. As soon as he lands, he goes prone as an on-turn action because there's nobody nearby. That's going to force them to at least have a -2. Does he take any shots from snap actions?
He does not take any shots from snap actions.
All right, and from prone, is there anybody within 10 meters that he could take a shot at that he thinks?
Yeah. They're all within 10 meters.
Okay. They're all at least behind half cover, though?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be at a -2. Hey, well, he's forcing them to have a -2. All right. Whichever one you decide is closest, he's going to take a shotgun shot at.
That would probably be the panicky guy that snapped an attack at Nemo.
Coop?
Mm-hmm.
All right, fuck you, Coop. Not doing this burst. -2, right?
Mm-hmm. That will not hit him.
All right.
Shotgun blast pellets scream out, flaking against the crate he's hiding behind, and you hear him yelp out in alarm. And ducks behind his crate.
Hey, I'll take that as a win. And he is going to charge towards whatever cover he can get to as soon as his next turn comes around, but he's not going to use his 2 meters of movement just yet.
Well, he already dropped prone, so he can't.
So yeah, no, that's his. He's lying. He's aiming at other places.
Okay.
Ready for cap.
Alright, I can't take the asynchronous music. We're doing this without music until I can figure out a different solution. Because fuck you, Google.
Yeah.
I guess I just stop using Chrome, is what it is.
They're making it worse every time.
You said Opera works, right?
I've actually moved over to something called Vivaldi from the guys that originally created Opera, but it does still totally have the tab muting.
Okay.
Because they are based off of Chrome, but they do their own shit with it.
I just need one screen in a different browser is all I need.
Yeah.
So I just need to open up one browser, leave it sit there, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. On his turn, Coop doesn't throw his gun. That makes it Cap's turn. He doesn't do anything else.
How far is the drop?
About 10 meters. Or 4 meters. One or the other.
10
meters is like
Yeah.
Fatal.
30 feet.
I mean, when you convert the 10 meters to the Imperial system and then back, it's basically 4 meters.
Does Cap have at least exert +0?
Yes.
Then she can drop down, no problem.
And you can
That's
roll.
what dude did.
You can roll 2 meters in any direction.
All right, so Kappa's gonna drop down. Guns ready.
She sees dude prone on the ground with his shotgun out in front of him.
She knows approximately where people are, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so she's going to be going for one of the other ones.
Okay. Nemo wasn't able to sub-vocalize accurate, complete descriptions, but he was able to.
Direction.
Yeah, and he was able to point out which direction the two that you guys know you're looking for are in.
Yep, Cap's going after them.
Okay. All right.
How many are we against?
You've got 4 people firing at you.
Okay.
So far, you've seen 2 lasers go off as Nemo drops down, and as Cap comes in, held actions are being taken. Both Joey and Hank, and Terran and Hickstrom are firing at Cap. She'll be able to take her main action after this portion is resolved.
Okay.
Oh, their turns came and went and they held after the snapshot?
They sure did. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
6 damage.
I wonder why they didn't shoot at dude.
Because he's not porcelain.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it.
And technically, you could have gone full total defense.
Sorry.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, that stings, but that does not hit.
That one does not hit. Okay. I had to look up does ready or holding an action actually change your initiative, and that it still doesn't either.
Mm-hmm.
No, just actually move action.
Yeah. So they've both positioned themselves, propped themselves around the crate or come up above it, and they were watching for Porcelain to come down. And as soon as she was a good shot, this is partially while she was in the air, and the other one took a shot after she had rolled. That's the one that missed. And they've returned back to their cover position, ready to pop out another shot. What you've got your main action left.
They were able to drop back down behind the crate.
They're
That's
not
a lot of.
they're not actually covered. That's just fluff. They're
Okay.
not gaining any mechanical benefit from that.
Other than the cover they
Cap's
already
gonna
had.
shoot him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they just have their normal cover, which they would have if they're still sitting out there with a gun aimed at her. Well, that's gonna hit anything.
Yeah. Jesus, even with a -2.
Which one were you aiming at? The one that hit her or the one that missed?
One that hit her.
Fuck you, buddy. Or what is it? The fuck that guy in particular.
Yes.
All right. Hey.
Can I aim for his gun arm?
Not really.
Met.
You're taking a shot at trying to hit anything you can because he's behind cover. It's already difficult.
Okay.
And her, what are you shooting? Semi-auto pistol. Her shot doesn't actually hit flesh, but it does fleck a crap load of the crate that he's next to up at him.
In his face?
Yeah, in his face. No, he's not blinded.
Damn it.
Colleen.
Well, she keeps moving towards the whole action, and so is the drone.
Oh, what do you mean?
How long till the drone gets there?
What do you mean she keeps moving and so is the drone? Is Colleen physically moving?
Yep, same as last round.
Oh,
She's moving.
I'm sorry, I thought it was only the drone that she was moving.
No.
Okay.
Colleen is leaving for it. The drone was just with her.
Okay. The drone can get into the cargo space this round. That'll be one move action for it. You only get one action for the drone each round, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. So then,
Yep.
yes, that will be the drone action. Is it can get into the cargo space, and I don't know if you want it taking cover or anywhere, but it will.
It's taking cover.
Okay.
And basically does sensor readings, and that's relaying that back to Colleen while Colleen is making her way there.
Okay. All right. That unfortunately makes it back to Joey's turn. Actually, here, let's do this. I'll give you guys music, but I am going to mute it.
I'm humming and singing Space Cowboy.
Well, now you've got that instead.
What's actually the normal movement speed in this system?
10 meters.
Okay. So 4 turns till Colleen gets there. Okay.
Joey takes another shot at Cap. Oh, I can't hear.
Really misses.
I can't hear die rolls either when it's muted like this. Damn you, Chrome! Alright.
Was that a... Did he actually roll a... Oh, he rolled a 1.
He sure did. You can go back to humming your space Cowboys music.
I'm a cowboy. Sorry.
I'm not sure what that's classified as. I like it, but I'm not sure what it's classified as. Terran also has his turn before anyone else. So. Shoot, I may have forgotten. Mel, which one did you say Nemo took cover, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it did.
Alright.
Yeah, Nemo took cover, dude went prone.
That's another one!
It is indeed. That's a bunch of ones.
Okay. That makes it Nemo's turn. Yeah, that makes it Nemo's turn.
Okay. Right. Which target is closest to his current position?
To his current position, he has ended up moving but closest to Coop.
Okay, in that case, Nemo will break from cover and charge Coop. Throw a punch at him.
Okay. As Nemo charges out at him, it looks like he's gonna throw his hands up in panic. Don't hit me! And he actually does say, "Don't hit me!"
Should have thought of that before you started shooting at us.
Go ahead and roll.
Pretty much.
What is it? Stupid decisions get stupid prizes.
Is Nemo trying to kill him?
Is
No.
that one of the ones we want to?
We
That's
got
anything but. Well, in general, we were trying to capture all these people alive. So no, Nemo is not trying to inflict crippling malfunctions.
Okay.
I assume a 21 hits.
Oh yeah. Nemo, as he's punching him, can tell that he's actually not even wearing any armor. Go ahead and describe just how Nemo takes him out, because he's out of the combat now.
7 damage takes him. 7 damage takes him out.
Yes.
Okay. Basically, Nemo will rush up and raises his hand and shouts for Nemo not to hit him. Nemo will comply by instead grabbing his throat and slamming his head backwards against the wall.
Okay.
I didn't hit you, the wall did.
Okay. Dude.
Android Nemo, you are technically correct. The best kind.
That's kind of correct. Possibly concussing him, but not breaking his skull.
Mm-hmm. All right. I forget. Does this system have
Jesus.
It uses movement to get up from prone? I didn't see anything in the actions. Oh wait, stand up, move action. There we go. Well, I mean, shit. Being prone gives me the same. Their same attacks the same damage as long as they stay at range as if I was in cover, and it doesn't gain or lose me anything. So dude is just going to stay splayed prone on the ground and is going to take aim at. Can he hit the one that shot Cap?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can hit all of them.
Cool.
They all have the same regular cover right now.
Rockin'.
Half cover is what it's called.
Yeah. So, all right. Because it's going to be real hard to be non-lethal with a fucking shotgun if I do manage to hit with the. Is the one that shot Cap one of the ones that was on the pictures that we got?
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily need.
All right, cool. So burst fire to negate the negative from cover.
Uh-huh.
So I'll just leave that at a 0 modifier. Is that cool?
I think burst fire might actually add it in, so go ahead and put the -2 modifier. I'll look at it and confirm, and if it doesn't, then we'll fix it.
Okay.
As far, I think it's just more damage for more ammunition.
Well, it's attack and damage. Did it?
Yeah, it did
Yeah,
add
don't
+2
forget-
burst.
Cool. Jesus, 2 1s and a 4 on my damage. Damn you, D4s!
That catches several of those little flechettes in his shoulder and across his face. He cries out, "I'm hit!" and
Damn fucking right.
pulls, tries to snug himself back closer against his cover. Again, just fluff, not mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still in the combat.
All right.
Remember all those times we'd have so much fun in D&D when we're like, yeah, it's got 1 hit point left.
Mm-hmm. That's just dude's turn. He's not going to use any movement or anything, and I got nothing else to do with. I didn't bring any grenades.
Actually, I forgot Karina. Karina was actually on the same initiative as Nemo. So, after a moment's hesitation, she turns and fires at Nemo. Did I roll another 1? No, that can't be a... Oh, that is a 1. That's right, she does have a little bit of a bonus. Well, this combat is favoring you guys.
Good.
That is 3 1s I've rolled in a row. Nick, did you hack me?
No problem with this.
Alright. And that finished her. Colleen. Or not Colleen, Cap.
Cap's gonna. Is there any decent cover?
Yeah. You can.
Can I move to it and still shoot at Joey?
Yeah, the cargo hold is not that big. So.
Sorry, Terran.
Mm-hmm. You can get yourself into a position of cover that still allows you to shoot at Terran.
Okay. Do that. Shoot at Terran.
So this time you see a little sorry, before I do this, that is going to miss.
No.
Does that hit?
That hits.
Okay. You see what looks like a small wrinkle in the space around him as the bullet flies, but it doesn't look like it's quite enough to have deflected the bullet. and it still plunks into him. Now, since you're actually using your warrior ability, I'll let you decide if that's a kill or an incapacitate shot.
Energy shields.
Didn't we get some of those things?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, so it's gonna incapacitate him.
Okay.
Aw, Cap's not vindictive.
Oh, she is. She just has plans for later.
Oh, there you go. Works for me.
Like, what was it? There's a scene from Sherlock where the man is dying of a gunshot wound and he basically grinds his foot.
Right.
Yeah. Something of that nature.
Colleen.
Since the drone is in there, who's still left from the opposition?
You've got one of the guys that is from the pictures, Joey, is still left, as well as an unknown female.
Okay.
Joey is clearly aimed at Cap, and the female is aimed at Nemo.
And the only one who's currently not in cover is Nemo, correct?
Technically, dude's not in cover either, but he is prone.
Yes. So basically, up in the open.
Yes, Nemo is the one that is most exposed.
Okay. Now here's the question: for your covering fire, normally, as you wrote it down, it's whiz or dex shoot, which is fine for normal people. For a drone, shooting is int program. Let me, in this case, then use int program because the drone is shooting.
I'm going to reread it real quick. No, I'm going to leave it at the shoot skill check, because cover and fire is more of an advanced military tactic, advanced actual gunplay tactic, but I will let you use int to try and control the drone. So it would be an int shoot. Or dex shoot.
And that's just as bad. In that case, burst fire Karina.
Okay. Huh. The die on the screen.
The dice are lying.
I'm noticing that
Mine
sometimes
shows
too.
a 7.
Yeah.
Doesn't always agree. Yeah.
Wait, no, the die actually did roll a 7. It's just got a +6
modifiers.
Why is there a total of +10 modifiers?
Because it is a drone.
I'll need a little bit more explanation than that.
Hold on, I need to look at the breakdown.
Okay.
Because basically my programming gets added to my base attack bonus and +2 from burst mode.
Well, but burst mode's already in there someplace else. Where's the 6 coming from?
mean, it's
Int and burst are already accounted for. The attack
Hold on.
bonus is 6 instead of it should be like 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
Big.
attack bonus it gives on the sheet.
The
Hold
attack
on.
bonuses that you should have are intelligence, program, and burst, correct? And therefore the total attack bonus should be +6.
That's
other
what it
two
lists
plus-
things.
It's showing +6,
As-
+2, +2.
Right, so it's got a +6 for the attack bonus, and then int, and then burst. So
Hold on.
how's the attack bonus getting to 6? I wonder.
So it should be really 3 attack. No, what's your program? Is your program level 3?
No, it's 2.
But it should be 2 plus 3 because attack bonus is 3 because you're level 6, plus 2 because int, plus 2 because burst. So it should be just 1 off.
Wait, we're level 6?
For you?
Since
Thought you
when?
were level 6. Because I'm level 5. Or did they not level up?
They have not leveled up yet.
Oh, in which case, yeah, it's still 2. In which case, it'd be 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus 2 plus 2.
And
So
I think
8
that's actually
total.
where the mistake is it's trying to put a +6 where the attack bonus is.
In
So
reality, that should be 4. So just minus 12, so it's 15 to hit.
the attack bonus should be Colleen's
Bonus.
actual attack bonus, which is 3.
So where'd the other 3 come from?
Actually, it should be 2.
Yeah, it should be 2 because it's rounded down.
Yes.
And then it's plus program, which is 2.
And then plus int.
Plus, which is plus 2, plus burst, plus 2.
Mhm.
So
So
8
is the
total.
drone just
Okay.
wrong in the character sheet?
Yeah, the drone is just wrong. It's calculating the attack bonus wrongly.
Interesting.
Because I didn't put anything in manually for that.
Okay. Well, the 15 still hits. And does 11 damage. That is going to take Karina out. Is Colleen trying not to kill?
Colleen is always trying not to kill. She wanted to lay down covering fire, but you made that literally impossible. So, this is what Karina got for that.
Isn't that like ridiculously overpowered? By the way, the drone firing with int and programming, making it a better fighter than Cap.
That's the whole point of it.
That's what.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's my point. Isn't that ridiculously overpowered balance-wise? That
It's something I may look at in the future.
Keep in mind, this is a drone that has 8 hit points at an AC of 12, and it can only do one thing. It can either move or it can shoot.
Yeah.
yes, but when
So
it
it
shoots,
can
it's
get
a better,
these die.
it's a better fighter than a dedicated
No,
fighter.
it's not because Cap can easily make a shot miss. Cap also has a shit ton more HP.
Yeah, it's a glass cannon.
Yeah, that's literally what drones are, the glass cannons. As
Yeah,
soon as that's shot and dead, then it explodes and you all die anyway.
It is something that I've looked at, Mel, and considered. I'm not changing anything about it, but let's move on.
Sure.
I do agree that it feels a little bit unfair to dedicated fighters, but
Why, a fighter's always going to be better though in the long run.
well, that's something we can talk about later. Okay. Colleen is able to not kill Karina. At least not kill her straight out. Give me a int shoot skill check anyways.
Int what?
Int shoot. She is bleeding out.
That's fine. Colleen is on her way.
Okay. That puts it at Joey's turn.
Hey.
Well, Joey. Wishes he had a bigger gun. Yeah, thermal pistols can't burst. He steps out of his cover and, walking towards Cap, just starts pulling the trigger.
It's a bold move there, Cotton.
That'll hit. He is just trying to empty his clip, and for flavor, burst after burst of hot plasma, and just harassing and singeing. You guys aren't actually changing hit points on your character sheets, or these pogs are no longer properly linked, so I can't see how many hit points you have.
Oh, I.
Okay. All right, and with that, it becomes Nemo's turn.
Okay. Nemo will charge Joey then.
Okay. He has stepped out of cover. He's walking towards Cap, just firing.
Well, charge at him and see if you can catch his attention
Okay.
by punching him.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Is that a hit?
Oh, that is definitely a hit.
Right, and he takes 8 damage.
That is not enough to put him down, but it did get his attention. He is no longer just firing recklessly at Cap. Dude, Joey is now trying to pistol butt Nemo with his thermal pistol. or see if he can get a shot off with Nemo in his face.
Well, let's see. Where is... What do I got? I got 9 ammo left. And he's out of cover. Alright. Yeah, and he's still shooting at Cap, so... Fuck this guy. We'll burst him again.
Still prone?
I'm still prone, yes.
Okay.
But that doesn't give me any negatives. But he's out of cover, so no -2?
Correct.
Cool.
And that results in that same kind of shielding warping.
So that's his AC. Interesting.
You still have a move action left.
7 damage?
No, it does not. It does not hit him for damage.
Yeah. Now that macro was really good about keeping track of ammo right up until there, and then it stopped.
Yeah. Honestly, ammo is another thing I just don't want to track, but burst kind of requires it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny is it's not reflecting it on the character sheet either. I don't know how the macro is tracking it, because it totally is.
Okay. Anything else dude is doing?
Yeah. He's not going to get up because he doesn't want to give up that. Like I said, mechanically, cover isn't any better than being prone.
He can crawl, I think.
There's no place else he wants to be.
Okay. Then it is Cap's
He's
turn.
good.
This guy just shot her.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Yep.
She's distracted.
She-
Unfortunately, I only get one of those. This thing hits.
Yeah. And that does not do it.
She's gonna advance on
Okay.
because she has. I don't know if he has Coast Combatant or not. She does.
Colleen.
It's okay. Nemo goes first.
There is the. There's only one guy left now, or
Yeah, he
What's
doesn't.
left?
He looks like he's basically making a suicide of this. He is still
trying to
fighting against
out.
both Nemo and Cap, who are in his face.
well, Colleen is still rushing towards the scene of the action.
Okay.
The drone will shoot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll, and we'll figure it out. Nope. That also misses him.
Oh well, she tried.
There's too much other commotion going on for her to get a real good clear shot without possibly hitting Nemo or Cap. And it's actually he goes before Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try and shoot Cap. Let me make sure that there is nothing that close combatant does about that. I know that it allows her to shoot somebody while they're in her face. And it doesn't protect her from.
No, but if he doesn't have it, he would get a disadvantage.
Yeah, he's at -4 to make this attack. He is spouting obscenities. Die, you mean hog, and stuff. He's much better at it than I am.
And that misses.
That's not going to hit. Okay. I'm not going to protract this out. The combined efforts of you can overpower and take him down. He's got 3 hit points left. You guys have a full round of actions, and if he managed to survive that full round of actions, it would just look embarrassing. So, you guys take him down.
We're the heroes in this story, sort of.
Well, it's also almost 12 o'clock, and like I said, yeah, it makes more sense to finish it right here.
We still have 3 more people, though, don't we?
No, everyone's been taken out.
Oh. Did we get them all down? Oh.
I mean, I can bring them back to life if you want.
No, I guess I just lost track of how many people we dropped.
You really do need the combat map, don't you, Matt?
Well.
I'm teasing you and me. It is very helpful. You've got Karina, who is still bleeding out, and you know that there's somebody on the bridge, and he also mentioned that they probably also got Juno. And that seems like a good place to go ahead and call it a game. Do you want to close it out, Emma, by describing how... Let's give this to Cap. How Cap takes down Joey as he just continues to try and get shots off at her?
She's basically gonna pistol whip him across the... just walk up to him and take the butt of her pistol and just be like, I'm done with you, and hit the shit out of him.
Okay. Alright.
Pistol whip him good.
Even though she can actually just shoot him without any penalties.
Oh, that's true. She's gonna kneecap him.
Okay. He falls to the ground, cries out in pain, and Nemo kicks the gun away from him. Or picks it up, one or the other.
Yeah, he'll kick it away.
Okay.
Oh, or rather just notch it away so it's just out of his reach.
Okay. He has continued to shout obscenities at Porcelain. And we'll go ahead
now
and...
she's gonna pistol whip him.
That stops him. We'll stop there with Karina bleeding out, Coop unconscious, Terran unconscious, and losing blood but not bleeding out per se, and two unknowns deeper into the ship.